I like the tax cuts that he's proposed for businesses that are already paying a lot in taxes, and I think he's a real candidate that is behind hardworking Americans and blue-collar workers.
The middle 20% of Americans, people making about $55,000 a year to $94,000 a year, would pay on average about $1,500 more in taxes annually. Meanwhile, the richest 1%, that's people who make over $914,000 a year, would get an average tax cut of about $36,000 every year.
This is Donald Trump's new tax proposal. As you can see, those making less than $360,000 a year will see increases in their taxes, and those making the least will see the largest increases to their taxes. And why do they have to increase taxes for those making less than $360,000 a year? Well, that's because they're giving the biggest tax breaks to those that make even more. And you gotta fund their lack of taxes by, collecting taxes from everybody else that makes less money. The richest 1% will save about $36,000 every year. And those huge savings for the richest folks will be paid for by increases in taxes of about $1,500 to the middle class.
Trump's tax plan is going to benefit you if you make over $915 a year. If you make under $915,000 a year, your taxes are going to go up.
So if you make less than $28,000, your taxes go up by $790. Okay. If you make $28,000 to $55,000 a year, your taxes go up $1,400. If you make $55,000 to $94,000 a year, your taxes go up $1,500. And if you make between $94,000 and $157,000 a year, your taxes are going to go up almost $1,800. But if you make $157,000 to $360,000, you only gotta pay an extra $610. But if you make more than $360,000, you get a nice little tax cut. And if you make more than $914,000 a year, then you get a pretty nice little cute little tax cut, $36,000. A little bonus, if you will. I knew. It's just kind of crazy to see it, in like a chart form. It literally says poorest to richest, and the poorest get a tax increase and the richest get a tax cut. It's right there, literally in blue and yellow.
Wait, Trump's tax plan increases taxes for 95% of Americans? No. There must be something wrong. It decreases it for 5% of Americans? Okay, what does it say here? 800, 1500, 1500, 1800, 7,000? Oh my God, you're telling me that Trump isn't for the middle class America?
Y'all, President Donald Trump has now released what his new tax plan will be. Remember, the current tax plan ends this year and a new 4-year tax plan starts next year. And guess what? If you do not make $360,000 a year in your household, well, your taxes is going up. You make $28,000 or less in your household, meaning you're part of the poorest category. Your taxes are increasing over $700. For a majority of the middle class people in America, listen, y'all, the middle class people that make $50,000 a year all the way up to $150,000 a year, those people, their taxes are increasing the most. So the middle class people, where we're already getting hit the most, he's about to hit us even more. Our taxes is going up. All them child tax credit, all them credit, gone. Your taxes is going up. But guess what? The top 5% of earners, the people that make $360,000 and up, their taxes are going down tremendously. The billionaires, their taxes are going down over $36,000.
And look where the $28,000 a year people fall. They're going to be paying $790 more in taxes per year. $28,000 to $55,000. Oh, just an extra $1,400 in taxes a year. Next bracket, $55,000 to $94,000. Just another $1,530 in taxes. And then it kind of goes on up from there. But can you guess who got a break? Who's going to be paying $7,000 less in taxes per year? People making over $1 million.
IRS just released their 2025 tax brackets, and this is how your income is going to be taxed if you file as single. You will pay a 10% tax on the first $12,000 of your income, then 12% on income up to about $48,000. At that point, your tax rate will jump up to 22% of income you earn up to $103,000, and it will be 24% on income up to $197,000. At that point, there's another big jump up to 32% once you're above this range, up to about $250,000. And lastly, that progresses to 35% up to $533,000, and everything beyond that point will be taxed at 37%. Now, that's how your income will be taxed if you are married. You will pay a 10% tax on the first $24,000 of your income, then 12% on your income up to about $97,000. At that point, your tax rate will jump up to 22% on income you earn up to $207,000, and it will be 24% up to $395,000 if you earn above that range. And then there's another big jump to 32% once you're above that range, up to about $502,000, which progresses to 35% to up to about $600,000, and everything beyond that will be taxed at 37%.
We have breaking news right now. The CEO and founder of Compass Real Estate is now sounding the alarms over mortgage rates because of Donald Trump's election. He was interviewed by CNBC and he was asked essentially, do you have any hopes that mortgage rates will fall into a 5% area? Mortgage rates, interest rates had been as high as 8% at some point. And Compass CEO said that we're no longer having a view that mortgage rates are going to be in the 5s next year or even the following year in 2026. And that he had high hopes 2 months ago before the election, but then with the election between tariffs and inflationary policies, he no longer sees a path towards mortgage rates falling substantially. All because of the likely policies that should be implemented when Donald Trump takes office come January 20th.
So y'all wanted to play the fuck around game so goddamn badly. Well, you are fixing to find out very bigly.
And the reason some people think, well, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good because it was my economy. We had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him. It wasn't something he did. I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time.